Or never. You see, life gonna hurt. It's gonna kick you around. It's gonna make you feel worse about yourself. But you gotta know when to take control of your life and know that you got a power in you. And you got the keys to unlock it. But you just gotta be willing to fight for it. You gotta be willing to die for it. You gotta be willing to bleed for it. You gotta be willing to do everything above thee. Either now or never. You see, life gonna hurt. It's gonna kick you around. It's gonna make you feel worse about yourself. But you gotta know when to take control of your life and know that you got a power in you.
So, we'll just start it all over, Danny. I'm Nick Saint. I'm the owner of OneLove Lawn. We're a veteran-owned and operated company, lawn care company out of Grove City, Ohio. You're watching Hustler, a.k.a. Entrepreneur. And like I told Danny, I've been away for a while as far as on lives. It's been about a year that I've been on here. Really had a lot of humbling experiences happen about a year ago. And I really got to sit back and say, it's time for business. Got to focus a lot on our business, and we went at it. So, but I haven't been really not making videos. We've been making videos. I've been doing content, keeping content, and this is one of the shows I wanted to drop, and I'm more than honored and very humbled to have Danny Lanier with us tonight. And Danny, for everybody that doesn't know you, can you introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself, where you from, your name, and how long you've been in business?
If you don't know me, you're living in a cave.
Right.
And I am, this is my third year in business. We're out of Kansas City area. I live in Archie, Missouri now. I used to live in Harrisonville, but third year in business, and I love it, man. Love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Things have, you know, Nick. The biggest thing I get is, and this is what I find funny. I want to make sure everybody can hear me when I say this, because they're going to laugh at me, but they're going to question it at the same time, I guess. Can people hear me? All I want to know.
I believe they can hear you, Danny.
Well, I switched to this other mic, so I don't know. And of course, nobody wants to comment. God, Chad's supposed to be the one that's commenting, but anyway.
Yeah, you can.
So, I was up to 60-something properties. Is that a lot? No. But I got tired of the the people that, let's wait, and then you get there and then,
hold on, Danny, hold on. You're skipping over stuff because I asked you questions and those guys couldn't hear the answers. So the main question was, how did you get started in this industry? Is this something that you just fell into? Were you working a job and was like, man, this is something that I've always wanted to do? How did you get into this?
I fell into it. Literally. I was working a good job. I was working at General Motors, building cars, and I just didn't want to be another number on the assembly line, pretty much.
Right.
Told my wife I wanted to start my own business up. Decided that I was going to try it out, just to see if I could, if the money was there before I actually quit a full-time job making good money. And here I am, decided to go in full blast. And hey, so far so good.
Now, three tips that you could give somebody that is just starting out. Something that you've learned maybe your first year out, your second year out, your third year out. What are some key tips of advice?
The biggest piece of advice I could give somebody is know your worth. Don't drop your price. Exactly what you make. Then just did it for 20. Don't mean you have to do it. That was my biggest thing. Was I started out at $25 lines, thinking, hey, I'm just going to take on everything, and I'm going to rule the world. And they become headaches is what they become.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into the headaches like that, you end up dropping them people or finding a way to drop them people. And you learn. Then you start learning, hey, well, golly, where's all my money going? And then you start, when you actually start dividing your receipts and your maintenance and everything else, and find out what you're actually bringing in, and then taxing that. Hey, you got to be at a certain spot in order to make anything. So, I mean, if your minimum's 35, keep that minimum at 35. Don't drop it. I don't drop it. I don't care if you want me to trim around the sign. It's going to be $35, or I ain't touching
Right.
it. And that's just how I've became in my business. I mean, I'm 5-star reviewed on everything, and
Mm-hmm. Now,
I
what
don't
what
have to
are
worry
some
about.
of the what are some of the marketing strategies that Danny Lanier uses? Are you a firm believer in flyers, door hangers, Google, Facebook? What is your marketing strategies that you could actually tell somebody without giving away your whole entire secret pie?
Oh, I don't care to give away my secret. I already gave away my secret. Chad and I knows everything about it. So I ain't scared. You know what? The my first three would be, a Google business page. Guys, that thing's free. Set you up a Google business. Have your employees, or your employees, your customers. I tell my customers, hey, I've got a Google business. If you feel you're happy with my service, please feel free to go leave me a review, and I send them the link. That way, all they got to do is click the link. They ain't got to go searching for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I mean, most of the time, all of your customers are more than happy to do that.
Right.
So second is I did a video. It's on my YouTube, Facebook marketing, how to market on Facebook for free, without having to pay for or the advertisement and all that stuff, because you can reach so many people in swap and shop groups that you could not reach without paying for otherwise. And I mean, I'm reaching 20, 30,000 people in three swapping shops,
Right.
that I would never be able to reach with a door hanger. So why spend the money on a door hanger when I can throw an ad up on a Facebook? Everybody's on Facebook now anyway. So, and last but least, of course, it's going to cost you some money probably, but it'd be a website.
Okay. We're not talking websites and nothing like that, man. So we're not even going to dig into all that. Now, you mentioned a guy that I noticed. I haven't been that far out of it this year, man. I've really been kind of watching what's going on, and the one big thing I have seen that you do is you work with a local competitor, Chad Nye of Nye's Lawn Care, Landscape, something like that. Nye's grass cutting, Nye's something. It is Chad, right? Chad Nye, Chad. Yeah,
It
Chad
is
Nye.
Chad.
Yeah,
I
Chad,
actually work with quite a few.
drop all your links, Chad. Chad's just getting going in the social media world, and just like many other guys out there, they're just getting going. But the one big thing is that you work with this guy hand to hand, Danny, and he's a competition, and you all also pass work off to him. And is this something that you kind of think that it's paying it forward and you're going to get something back in return, or is this just this is how it goes because this is the industry?
This is how it should be. You know what? I ain't scared to talk to somebody. I ain't scared to let them know anything. I've got actual companies in my area that have called me and asked for my help to help them mow properties, actually be their employee,
Right.
to help them get caught up and stuff before. I'm not too good to help anybody out. Um, you know what? If you try taking my properties, it just makes you look bad. So I don't worry about things like that. There's plenty of lawns out there for everybody, Nick. And if somebody's worried about somebody stealing a property, then you know what? If Chad goes in and says, "Hey, I'll do this property for $20," now mind you, Chad's nowhere near my area. He wouldn't even come close to it. But if he did and the people took it, then you know what? That's a client I don't want anyway. So
Right.
more power. It did me a favor actually. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm not worried about it.
Right. Now, going into 2018, I'm sure you had some goals, and going into 2019, you have some goals. What are some of those goals that you had in 2018? Did you meet some of these goals? And going into 2019, have you already set these goals, or are you kind of rolling some goals over?
The goals that I wanted to meet was just gaining clients this year was my number one thing. Get rid of the people that meant nothing, that you know weren't going to be. I need to know how much money I got coming in a month, not guessing. So my main goal was to get good clients, and I definitely achieved that. And my goal next year is to do the same thing, get good clients.
Right.
I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but been in business 3 years. Everybody that knows me knows I started off with a skag for my first year and a half. Had nothing but issues with it. It ended up demoing everything in my area. Ended up buying a Toro grandstand, and here's where it gets good. You ready, Nick?
Uh huh.
I do this 3 days a week, man. I get made fun of all the time. I bought a brand new grandstand last August, September, somewhere around in there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that mower got paid off in February of this year. I just bought a brand new Z Master 5 or 6 months ago. Paid off. My truck is paid off. You can make fun of me all day long, but apparently I'm doing something right because I don't know anything on any of my equipment. It's all
Right.
paid for.
Right. And I'm happy about that, Danny. I'm happy about that. That kind of goes back to what we talked about, trying to have no debt. No debt's a good thing, man. Definitely in this world that we're living in. We're not big-time ballers, man. We're family men. And we're just like a lot of these guys out here in all these Facebook groups and stuff. We're paying bills. And we're living the American dream. We're trying to build a company. But at first foremost, we're paying bills and we're feeding a family. And in order to do that, no debt is good debt. It is a good thing. But Danny, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, if you know me, you already know, man. I'm going to. This is about the end of the political interview. So we're going to come back, Danny. We're going to talk about you being a YouTuber and that world that the YouTube world has created. So, Danny, we're going to be back in about 2 and 2. Don't go anywhere. Did you like that? 2 and 2? Do you know where that comes from? Do you know where that comes from? The dating game. All right. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
It all started out from a freaky tale. If that's what sells, then I'ma stick with it. Short dog ain't changing, so forget it. You can sell out if you want to, homie, but I'ma stay short and funky.
I seen you. Did you see yourself?
Yeah, I
sure
see
you made
myself.
that commercial.
I see myself, man. I did that commercial, dude. That was pretty sweet of it. That was some sweet editing.
I didn't see no baking soda or nothing going on. What's up with that?
I don't know anything about that, dude. I plead the fifth.
See no baking
I
soda.
plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Danny talking about baking soda and shit.
Baking soda.
All right, so
Baking soda commercial go.
I got that. That's coming up. Hold on. So,
Sweet.
all right. So, Danny, you are a YouTuber, and I'm a quote unquote a YouTuber as well. But there is a screw it, dude. There's a world. There's a world of YouTube. There is a clique in the YouTube world. And if you are a YouTuber, you understand what this clique is. And these cliques consist of individuals that they either are shitbags or they are really, really good. And you are one of these guys, Danny, that are really, really good at what you do. And you're not a shitbag in no sense of the matter. But a lot of guys, they are sponsored. You know what I mean? And there's a corporate world to this YouTube. There's the corporate, and then there's the underground where the guys that aren't really corporate sponsored. You know what I'm saying? These guys that are corporate sponsored, there's a handful of them, Danny, like you, that give the honest reviews, but in a way, you guys got to kind of play the role, correct?
It really just depends. Honestly, no, I don't. I tell companies when they want to send me something, I say, look, if you think your product's good, that's fine. But I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to test it out. I've got a pair of Cujo shoes. I've had for 3-4 months now. Still haven't did a review on them because I told them I'm going to put them through the test before I do a review. So don't expect this to be like something I do for a month and then drop a pair, a review, because I want to be the real channel that if you go buy a pair of these shoes and my name's behind them, I want you to be happy with what you got.
Right.
And so honestly, I don't have to say, I can pretty much say whatever I want. If it's a bad product, I'll tell people it's a bad product.
Right.
There's a lot of people that say, yeah, you make, commission, you make this. That's the only reason you do this. You know what? I've owned, if I do a review or if I'm promoting, just to throw this out there, Equipment Defender versus Green Touch, I have that right. I have that opinion because I've owned both products.
Right.
In my opinion, I know which one's better. It's the one that's on my trailer. I tell people, do your research. Hey, if you want Green Touch, go to Green Touch. They both do the same deadgum thing. Do they have differences? Yeah, there's a lot of differences. But you know what? I have people reach out to me all the time, and I don't care to tell them the differences. But I tell them, hey, video call me, and I'll tell you the differences. Or call me, because I'm not going to type it all out in a freaking message and, sit here and type back and forth and play the love game with you forever. No, I pretty much tell companies, if you want me to review a product, I'm going to give my honest opinion on it. And, that's what you're going to get.
Right.
And that's why.
But there's some guys out there, man. There's some guys out there, dude. You can just look at the video and you're like, oh, man, this guy's a sucker. He fell for it. He drank the Kool-Aid. And honestly, dude, I drank the Kool-Aid with a company. I drank it. I drank it all the way. I drank the whole damn pitcher. And I sold out. And I lost myself. And that was one of the humbling experiences that I had about a year ago. Like, whoa, hold on, dude. You got to get back on track and get back on the company shit. And then when it's a right time, come back and I can do all this stuff again. But I'm not name dropping anybody. Give me, Danny, two of the guys that you could trust, that you could honestly toss out there right now, saying, hey, if you go to these two channels, you're getting an honest review. You're not getting a corporate review. You're getting an honest review.
The first two channels that come to my mind when I think of honest reviews is Stanley Genetic, because he will definitely give you the honest review. And, I haven't heard much from this guy in a while. I don't even know if he's still on YouTube. I know he's all over Instagram. But Dale's Lawn Care, man, he's another one that'll just, put it out there and tell it how it is. And he's a small YouTuber, but
right.
He's first people that come to my head is him and Stan Genetic, because they will exactly tell you exactly how it is.
A lot of the smaller YouTube channels are the better channels. We proved before some things went on, before the news, for the news and everything, we have proved that people buy these subs just so they can get into the algorithms, all that crap. We've already proved all that stuff. And because I bought the subs just so I could prove it, just so I could get into the algorithm and just so I could show the people. and that's not really been a secret. The small channels actually have these really good guys on here or women, and man, they're putting out some awesome content with some awesome information. And it's those channels, sometimes you see them one day and everything is good, and then the next day you're like, they bought the Kool-Aid and they drank it.
Well, I learned something good. I took a lot in at GIE, talking to a lot of people, and one thing I learned is you can buy subs all you want. The subs ain't what gets your videos really
Right.
in the algorithm. It's the views, and you can buy views too.
Yeah.
But you know how this all works is there's a tier process to this, Nick, and a lot of people don't understand the process to this, and I didn't understand it myself. And like I said, I learned a lot at GIE talking to some bigger people. And there's a tier process. So, you know, if you drop a video and it gets so many hits within a period of time,
Correct.
then it'll hit a second tier.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll send it out to more of your, you know, people to say, hey, this video dropped. And then, you know, if it gets the views, then it'll hit that third tier. And then that's how you get your videos into your algorithm. So, like, you know, I mean, I've got videos that got 500 views. You know
Right.
why? Because it never hit that tier 2 process for people to understand that, oh, he dropped this video. So now they're like going, well, oh, this next video gets, you know, 5,000 views, and they're like, oh, wait, he dropped another video before that, and then they go back and watch it anyway. But there's a process to that. There's a process that you know, one thing that I was told was, if you're doing this, let's say you've got this huge, you know, video that you want to go out, you work your videos up to that. So the 2 videos before that are pump up videos. Then
Right.
you drop that hammer video that explodes, and then you drop another good video and another good video after it. So there is a huge process to it than just buying subs. It's funny you said it, because there was a guy on Instagram. I'm not going to name names. The guy said, "Hey guys, go check out my my YouTube. I just started it. It's my first video." So I'm like, "All right, you know, this is cool." So I go to the guy's page, and first videos dropped, 1,998 subscribers, and he's got 20 views in 3 days. I don't know. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now? Really?" And you know, I don't know why people do that, because it's kind of it. I don't know. It's just so funny that people do it, I guess, because they think it's going to help them out.
Right.
And you know, there's one person in the industry, once again, not naming names, but if you would have been there, it was funny, because I never seen anybody around this guy, but supposedly he's huge. And you know, we've talked about him before, but hey, whatever, to each their own. You know what? I sent the guy a thing apologizing to him last year, and telling him, hey, you know what? Let bygones be bygones. You know, who cares? I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm going to do me and leave it at that. And I didn't get an email back. I didn't get, he's still to this day, he's got me blocked. But he'll go and he'll post content on his Facebook page and everything else, talking about how good of a person he is, and you shouldn't treat people like this and that, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he's just a piece of crap is what he is. But hey, whatever, to each their own, I guess.
Well, and in all honesty, man, that's what the YouTube world is, though. That there are those individuals that they will do anything and everything they can to destroy just you. And
oh yeah.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that negativity? Because we all know that YouTube can be a good marketing tool within your area and stuff, and it can also, it puts you out there on a different level, and everybody sees you, not only your customers, but also the industry within this realm. And you have trolls, man. You have trolls. I have them. I have
Oh, yeah.
I have
Everybody
tons
has.
of freaking
Everybody.
trolls, dude. I have tons
Everybody.
of haters. Woo. Oh well. And that was another humbling experience I had to deal with, and I can tell you how I have to deal with it now, and how I deal with it now. But how do you deal with it, Danny? Because clearly,
I've dealt
man,
with
you're
it.
still making videos.
I've dealt with it the same way the whole time. I don't let it get to me.
Right.
You know what? I've got 7,000 subscribers for a reason, and it ain't because all of my videos suck. They did in the beginning, probably. They've gotten way better. You know, you let it go in one ear and out the other, man. Just because you do it one way, don't mean somebody else does it the same way. There's people in this that's been in this industry for 20 and 30 years that will never believe that the way you do something is the way it should be done. So you just let it go in one ear and out the other. You know what? I run my business, not you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one. You know, I get the biggest thing I get hit for. I would say is you're wearing shorts. You're wearing shorts. You know what? Here's my response to you're wearing shorts. I've never had one client tell me that they weren't going to let me mow their property because I wore shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you can think it's unprofessional all day. You know what? I run a great business off of wearing shorts, so I'm gonna keep doing me. You do you, and you know, you worry about yourself and let me worry about mine, and we'll be good.
Are you going to be taking any kind of classes this winter besides Modern Warfare, Call of Duty? Are you going to actually like go to like a Black Ops 4? Yeah, no, like Stephen, I believe his name is Stephen Cohen. He does a landscape boot camp, and he's doing one in Youngstown. Sierra and I are going to go in January, I believe. And are you going to do anything
Is that for like
that?
retaining walls and stuff?
No, I believe it's more of the business end of stuff.
See, I'd like to learn. I'd really like to learn how to do the retaining walls, so I could start getting into the small retaining wall stuff. But I'd really like to get into fertilization and stuff. Is what I'd really like to get into. And
Right.
My biggest thing, I guess, would be probably learning the retaining wall thing first, just because it's something I've always been interested in, like the patio pavers and things like that. But I mean, I'm not. I'm humble where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm content.
Right.
I don't need any more properties. Do I want them? Sure, I want them. But you know what? I get 4 days a week to spend with my family and do what I want. I've got my bills are paid. I've still got money for the winter saved up. I'm not hurting for anything. You know what? I'm not trying to make $1 million. I'm just making a living. You know what I mean? Doing what I love. Right. So you know, hey, he said I'm your guy for FERT. All right, PT, I'm coming to you.
He's out here. He's out here in our area. He's a good guy, man.
I need to learn all about that. That's what I'd like to learn. That's my two main things I'd like to do.
Well, Danny, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, that'll be our last segment. One more break, brother. You know how I do it, man. I'm trying to pull in those sponsors for this show so we can get some things cracking. And
show some baking soda.
Some baking soda. You want to see some baking soda? I don't have any baking soda on that. I got a little bit of something better. But here we go, Danny.
Sponsored by.
I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake. I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no, Now you tryna double back now, tryna switch up the act now, cause I got a new bag now, cause I got a new bag, and my wrist like Disney on ice, and everybody here wants slice, cause everything I do get hype, cause they pressed on me like time. I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake, nah, I don't want no fake.
I want to talk about it. Screw me.
All right. No, we can't do that.
Fertilization. I'm not in
Start-
the lawn business at all.
What is your
Kick you
guys'
out
thoughts
here,
on
man. Hey,
fertilization?
look, I've heard there's real good money in fertilization.
Oh, there
I
is.
hear-
There's absolutely wonderful money. And
I hear
talking
there's
about
people
fer,
that quit.
we're going to be going to doing a live show during all these segments here. One of our live shows is actually going to take place during the day on a Saturday, and we're actually going to be talking to one of the local, probably one of the largest fertilizing companies in Central Ohio. And the guy's just like you and I, Danny, and he's got probably about 15, 20 employees, and they do about 7,000 lawns, it seems like. Yeah, they do tons, dude. Tons. But Mike is a huge guy, and we're going to go talk to him here in a couple weeks. And but other than that, I personally, Chase, I would be going for it. I would get my fertilizing license, and Sierra and I have definitely talked about it, and I believe that she's going to be going here soon to get her license, and that might be something that we're going to be implementing. But right now, we work with a local guy. We work with M.A. Souders, and he does all of our fertilizing. He doesn't mow, so he passes the mowing to us, and we pass all the fertilizing to him, and that's kind of how that works. So, what are your thoughts on the fert?
That's what I need to do. I need to get in with somebody who just does strictly fertilization and can get me some lawns. That way I know they're nice. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I'd love to get into fertilization. I hear people all the time that, well, I've got a buddy that does both, and he honestly has thought about getting rid of his, selling his mowing company off and just doing fertilization because there's such good money in it. Between that and irrigation systems, that's another thing I'd love to learn is irrigation.
There's really good money in that. Hey James, how you doing? I love James Nelson. I've always liked
James
that guy,
Nelson's
dude.
always on.
I've always liked that man. And tomorrow is Veterans Day, so let me be the first one to say thank you for all your service out there, for all the vets that are watching. And James, you're the number one guy I was thinking about, so thank you. And James was a drill sergeant. He was a big guy, man. Really big guy. Really big guy, dude.
He's got such a soft heart on Facebook.
He's a big teddy bear. Like, really, he looks the part, Danny, and he could probably be the part, but
Right.
if he just was like, oh, all you have to say is, James, bring it in, big guy, bring it in. So, other than that, man, we really don't have a lot more to talk about because the show is really only for a half hour. I'm just kind of dragging it off a little bit more.
We can make it an hour. I don't care. Make it 2. We can do this all night.
Jesus,
Let's go with
no,
it.
man, you got to build into that. But I got a lot of shows coming off. I got Brandon Harris, the owner of Lawn Care Marketing Success. Yes, I'm talking to him, and he's going to be coming on to the show next week. I got Dan Beals, the owner of Yard Hop, or Hop Yard, or Yard. No, Hop Yard's the beer company down here in local town. Yard Hop, my buddy Dan Beals, and he's going to be coming on here. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things with Dan, from being a veteran and or starting your own business. So we're going to be talking with Brandon Harris about his political campaigns and all his nerd stuff with the marketing and the lawn care business success stuff, and we're going to be talking nerd hour with him. I even have a who the heck is that guy? A Chad Nye coming on, and we're going to be introducing Chad Nye to the social media world, more or less. I really like this guy. I don't know what it is about him, man, but
Very, very camera shy, so watch out.
yeah, right.
I've been trying to get him out of that. It's hard. He stumbles and he's like, I don't.
And
How do I do this? What do I say? And, hey, it happens to everybody when you first start out. You just you
Dude.
kind of roll into it and start to where you just
Absolutely.
think about it.
The one guy I always remember when people talk about like that is I believe his name is Adam Dalton, and of Hungry Cow, and he was like that, like real scared and stuff. But
He was supposed to come see me and never did.
oh man, he's a great guy, man. But now he talks on the camera and stuff. So just getting Chad on the live and watching him shake a little bit, that's going to be well worth the watch,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
well
yeah.
worth the watch. But I got a lot of other guys coming on to talk, and this is going to be all part of the resurrection of all of the live shows. And we're definitely looking for sponsors for some nice little giveaways. And I don't touch any of the product. The product goes directly from the person that is sponsoring the show. It goes directly from you, directly to the winner. We announce the winner on the live show, on the Hustler Entrepreneur Show. And every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us, Lawn Care World, Hustler, Entrepreneur. Danny, once again, dude, thank you so much for taking your time and hanging out with me this evening on our first show back in about a year, man. So
I know it's been a pleasure. I was kind of excited. I was the first one. I was like, wow, yay!
So Danny, thanks again, man. And I'm going to sign it off, maybe with some baking soda. I don't know
Baking
what this
soda.
one is.
Hit him with some baking soda.
I got something good, Danny. I got something good. So
All
guys,
right.
thanks for joining us. See you next week, Saturday, 10 p.m.